Hello, this is the Soft Art Show episode 7, Assassin's Creed Shit Fart Edition, with your lovable, large-membered host Jim and Shane, that other guy.
My member is not as large, but still respectable.
It gets the job done. That's enough. That's enough penis jokes.
That's never enough, but I'll concede this time.
No, it's enough. That's just stupid. Alright, yeah, as I said in intro, we're gonna shit all over Assassin's Creed for an hour.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. An hour-ish.
Well, we're gonna praise any Assassin's Creed that came out prior to like 2013, 14.
Yeah, pretty much.
Anything after that, can suck it.
I never played Rogue.
Yeah, it's fine.
Speaking of, I never played that one.
It was kind of average.
I saw that I got a remaster. I was just like, eh.
Yeah.
I don't like the setting.
Also, it's like old.
Well, yeah. Yeah, why would I want to play it now? Well, Unity came out the same year.
Yeah, Rogue actually ties into Unity.
Does it?
Yeah, the protagonist of Rogue is actually the person that kills Arno's dad.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's cool. Unity was really good.
Yeah, I liked Unity. It had some, I mean, obviously it was like really buggy when it came out.
Well, obviously.
Like unacceptably buggy. But the overall design of it I felt was pretty good.
Oh, it was fantastic. It was the most assassin-y of the creeds.
It probably had the best stealth, I would say, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Because it was like an actual cover system.
It had what we're going to talk about a little bit later, also a bit of a problem with just like open world bloat.
Yeah, like Unity was kind of the beginning.
The beginning of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like looking at the map for Odyssey and just going, oh god. Why?
That really sums up my feelings on Odyssey. The first time I opened that map, and I was like, oh, okay, this looks pretty big. And I realized there was more than just the island I was on, and I zoomed all the way out and saw the whole thing. I was just like, all right, I quit. And I never turned it back on again.
Did you really quit right after that?
Yes.
That was it?
Yeah, I was on the boat. I sailed to the next place. I killed my dad. And then I went to the map, zoomed all the way out, realized what was happening, and I quit. And I have not played it since.
So fucking good. I actually got like halfway through the game when I first played it.
Man, I couldn't. There was gonna be no way. I wouldn't be here talking to you today if I did that.
That's fair.
I'd be fucking dead. By my own hand.
Yeah. There's oof. When I first looked at like here's your targets. Here's all the guys you gotta kill. I was like, oh shit, there's like 40 of them.
I didn't even make it there, but when you sent me that screenshot, I was like, what? They want you to do all those?
Oh yeah. Actually, I don't think you have to.
Well, of course you don't have to, but...
Why would you not? You get like badass gear from killing them all.
Well, also it's part of the story.
Right.
Why would you just like fuck yourself out of story like that?
They're also like typically pretty easy. You just kind of like go to island, find guy in cave, kill him real fast, leave. But still, it's like that whole process of getting to cave, killing everybody outside. It's long. It's really fucking long.
You gotta get on the boat. You gotta like wait for the false loading screen to stop, and then you have to sail all the way over there in your slow ass, shitty ass boat. Wait for the animation where you dock. Where your boat slides all over the fucking water and it looks like shit.
It slides from like 68 feet away and it's just going sideways and we're just kind of like waiting.
And that takes like 87 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you gotta run all the way over there with this shitty ass animation that Odyssey has.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. You run really weird and you don't run any faster. It's just like one speed, that's it.
It feels so sluggish.
They don't sprint in ancient Greece ever.
Too much armor.
Yeah.
7.8 out of 10. Too much water.
Yep. There's a lot of water. There's so much water in that game.
But, yeah, but if it's so easy and it's literally the only challenge to it is how tedious it is,
yeah.
Then what's even the point of the content being there?
I don't know.
and there's like 45 of those targets.
Yeah.
That's too many targets.
Yeah. Also,
how can you even have an organization that has like 45 important people in it?
A secret organization with like 600 people.
It's like they're not all keeping that secret.
No.
Are you out of your mind?
Also, like, going back that far, like going behind the Origins is so strange. It's like that's the origin.
When
so
Origins
why would you
came
go
out,
before that?
Yeah, when Origins came out, it's exactly what I said. I was like as the DLC for Origins came out, and they were like hinting at shit before that. I was like, they shouldn't even made this the Origin, because now they're inevitably going to set something before this, and it's gonna be weird.
Right.
Because it's still gonna be Assassin's Creed, but there is no fucking Assassin's Creed because you already had the set in stone origin of it.
Right, and I thought it was a really fucking good origin. I liked that game a lot.
It was fine.
I liked it. I had a lot of fun with it.
But the idea of it was doomed from the start.
Right.
There's a reason that we've always started like 1,000 years after the Creed even began.
Mm-hmm.
Even in the first game.
Yeah.
It had already existed for over 1,000 years.
More than that, if we so Odyssey, Origins is 49 BC.
Yeah.
And then the first game is the year 1191.
Yeah, it's like 1,200 years.
Yeah, that's a long fucking time.
Yeah.
It's for shit to be like established. Odyssey was just like, I'm mad and I'm Greek. Somebody stole my mom.
I'm a mercenary. I didn't even know anybody stole my mom, really. I just had a hunch, and then I
right.
held my dad over a cliff.
Killed him.
That story started way too, fast, too.
It did.
There was no build up to that moment. It's like, okay, you're this guy. Here's your dad, conveniently. Go get him.
Yeah.
What?
It felt strange to, confront your dad as, mission number 1.
Yeah, you don't know him yet. You don't have any real feelings towards him.
There's, 2 cutscenes where he's like, oh, here's our family. And then it's like, oh, no, here's when our family broke apart when he threw me off a cliff.
Yeah, and they don't really explain why that happened. They don't really explain any build up to that. And it's they give you the choice to kill him, and it's like, why would you kill him?
Right.
You don't even know who this guy is, really. Yeah, my character seems really fucking angry, but my character also seems like a complete idiot. So why would I listen to anything he says?
Yeah. Also, Alexios Master Race. If you pick Cassandra, you're a fucking cuck.
Cassandra looks like Ben Shapiro and Martin Shkreli had a gay baby daughter.
Yeah.
And I got really downvoted on the Assassin's Creed subreddit for
so did I. I said that Cassandra was the worst hero. And everyone was like, yeah. No. That's the canon one because they said it is, because I have to be inclusive.
Well, it's because she is in the books.
Just make that the one choice then. Why do I have to have 2?
I said that too. It's why would you... Okay, you're going to make this character canon in the books. Right. The books shouldn't even fucking exist in the first place, to be honest. The game should stand on their own, but that's beside the point. But you're going to make this one character canon, give us the choice of 2, and then immediately devalue the second character.
Right.
Why? You've had Assassin's Creed games with just a female protagonist before.
Yeah.
So just do it again.
It's not that hard. But...
I've got a dog again. He makes
back.
a cameo. He makes a cameo in every episode.
Oh, Ramsey.
It's really great.
Yeah. I don't know. Well, neither of us finished that game, so we can't really give a full breakdown of the problems. But I got 2/3 of it through.
Yeah, but you don't need to play that whole game to realize that it's bloated.
And I remember what the hell came out. So, Odyssey and Red Dead 2 came out around the same time, and on the Assassin's Creed stuff, I was just like, you guys are thinking that Odyssey's gonna win Game of the Year? You're out of your fucking minds. You are literally the what?
It did for some people.
Yeah.
Some outlets.
Well,
I don't know why, but it did.
I don't know. But they were like, oh yeah, Odyssey's way better than Red Dead. That's just Barbie horse adventure with violence.
I've never seen the amount of absolute brainlets come out of the woodwork.
Oh, it's insane.
Than when they did for Red Dead Redemption 2. Like, I get the game's kind of slow, and it's definitely flawed in some ways, but, like, people were like, oh, this is a bad game. What?
Out of your minds.
But yeah, we've talked about this on the podcast, so we don't need to retread that ground.
No.
I'll just get mad.
It doesn't have... It's a large game with a lot of shit to do, but it's not bloated.
Oh, no, I would never say... I would never say any Rockstar game really is bloated.
No.
They're big, they have a lot of shit to do, but it all feels, like, fleshed out.
Right. It feels natural. Like, I kind of actually wish that game had more in it.
Well, yeah, like, for example, GTA 5, like, you can play tennis in it. Tennis doesn't have anything to do with it,
no.
But at the same time, it makes sense that, you know, you live in a city, there's activities to do.
Right. Who would have thunk? You live in Cowboy Town and you can make coffee and hang out in your camp.
Yeah, you can camp out, you can hunt.
Right.
It's all things that make sense to do, and there's systems behind them that make it interesting.
Yep.
Whereas Assassin's Creed, it's like, okay, well, just go over here. Okay, it's a landmark. You got it. Just by walking up.
Yep, you did
There's
it.
a chest. You just open it. It has gold in it. You're not really going to use it.
No. I had so much money in that game. It was ridiculous. What I didn't have, though, was wood and iron, because the materials were like... I don't know. Why you can't find a tree to have all the wood in the world is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's really stupid that you have to find wood in those games. I always thought it was kind of silly. Like, the iron I get. The iron you have to actually go mine, but like trees, you can just be like, hey, crew of my ship, go over there and like cut those trees down real quick. It'll take like a day.
One thing I liked doing in Origins was actually like being just like desert bandit Bayek. Like, oh, there's a caravan going through the desert here. I'm gonna go get them, take their shit. Just like little
that
fun,
is a
silly
cool
activities.
Feeling, but like it's just not very Assassin's Creed.
No, it isn't. These games are not Assassin's Creed. You know,
they're like The Witcher.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's I don't want to play The Witcher. I want to play Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah.
I wanted to play The Witcher. I just go play the fucking Witcher. I own it.
Me too. I own all three of them. If I want to hate myself, I'll play the first one. If I want to hate myself less, I'll play the second one.
If you finally feel like you can love yourself, you can play the third one.
It's... I don't know. At least Origins, like, knew that they were not really doing the same jam.
And at least they still tried to keep it in the same kind of genre.
Yeah. Eventually you get your hidden blades and all your fancy assassin shit.
Yeah.
For the most part. But honestly, they didn't even fucking try. It's just, you have half a spear, it's on your back sometimes.
I can't believe there's not a hidden blade in that game.
I think there is in that expansion.
Yeah, but like, you shouldn't have to buy an expansion.
I know.
To play Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
And like, they established that it already existed, so they could have put it in anywhere. They didn't have to put it in the fucking expansion.
No, they could have just said like, oh, look what I made. Ezio, I made you a... I made you a blade for your wrist.
Ezio, I made myself a ball gag for when we have gay sex. What do you mean you're not into guys?
Oh no!
This is just a bro hug. Don't worry about it.
Cut your finger off. Give me your finger.
Give me your fucking finger, Ezio. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna use your finger for some things later. You don't want to know about it.
Poor Leonardo.
So we can go either back to the beginning, or we can go back to front.
Well, we already started at the front.
Yeah, that's true. Alright, so, like, what's the next big release in the series before Origins? We got Syndicate.
Yeah.
Which I didn't play much.
I
so
did.
You can take the lead on that one.
It was a pretty mediocre Assassin's Creed game. But you could see they were trying to make it something better. Like, the story was like such a throwaway story. Like, similar to Unity, like the story was just not front and center. It wasn't that good. They didn't really put that much focus on it. And they had the two characters again, and I really don't understand why.
Didn't they have like different power-ups or whatever for each of them? Like a different buff or something?
They did, but it didn't matter at all.
Oh, okay.
Like the girl could turn invisible, the dude could like beat people up. But they never focus on Jacob. They always focused on Evie. She felt like she was the main character. Jacob never really did anything that great. He just was stupid the whole time. And they could have easily just had Evie be the only main character and have Jacob be a side character.
Right.
Which is obviously what it seemed like they wanted to do. I don't know why they didn't.
I don't know.
But all in all, it was just a pretty mediocre game.
Yeah. You would let me borrow it when I first got my PS4, because I got a PS4 way late. Yeah. Way late.
It was like 2017 or something. 16, something like that.
16. Maybe. Yeah, it was 16. So you let me borrow it. I was like, dope. Assassin's Creed game I haven't played. Hooray, let's do this. And it was like, I did that first mission in that mine or whatever. And then I get out into the city and it's just like, oh god, I really hate this. I hate it so much. I feel like I'm on rails.
Yeah, that game had a lot of that.
I don't like it. And then I stopped playing it and gave it back to you.
Yeah, I can't really blame you. It's not that engaging of a game.
No. That's all I have to say about that.
Before that, though, was good old Unity.
Unity.
And that game had some cool ideas, but suffered from the worst launch in Ubisoft history.
Yeah, I remember it was coming out. I didn't get it because I knew my computer wasn't going to be able to handle it at the time. And I was just like, okay, I'll just sit on that one for a little bit. And then all the bad reviews are coming out and they're like, oh, look at this guy. He doesn't have a face.
Yeah, there were a lot of like just eyes and dentures floating in hoods.
That's pretty funny.
When I first played that game, I was trying to assassinate a man, and I literally could not. There was a dude standing on a street, and I would like walked out of a crowd to try to like put my blade in his kidney.
Yeah.
And Arno just like kind of fell through him. And like fell on the ground, and he like had to scramble to get up, and I tried to hit him again. And he did the same thing, and I just kept falling back and forth through this man's body, like just phasing through him like a ghost.
Oh no!
It was like in any movie where somebody dies and becomes a ghost, and they try to touch somebody, and they just kind of like stumble through him. I was just doing that over and over.
Did the guy even know you were there?
No, he didn't. Well, actually, he got the alert above his head, but he didn't do anything. He was just like stuck, like frozen in position. He was almost T-posing.
That's pretty funny. If for an example of really hilarious bugs, if you go back and look at YouTube, there's a bugs compilation from many year ago, from the year it came out, and they got some really funny shit.
Yeah, that game was just fucked.
Pretty, yeah. Oof. I can't even understand what I'm looking at. It's so just bonkers. These bugs. Like Arno is in a fucking, like he's stuck in a banner in like the falling animation, but he's just in a banner.
Yep, that happened to me a few times too.
That's pretty funny.
Like I don't know what they were thinking. That was primo like Ubisoft rush job time.
Yeah.
Where they were just like, this is an annual series. All our series are annual. We have to release 17 games a month. And it's like, Ubisoft, what are you doing? I just don't know what they were thinking.
That was like the years of annual release were really bad. You say like 2009 to like then, 2014 or whatever. It was just not good.
Yeah, like from Revelations, the game just kept getting worse, honestly.
Yeah.
Good ideas in a lot of those, though.
Well, yeah. A lot of games were doing annual releases, like Call of Duty was doing every year.
Yeah, they were getting worse at about the same time, honestly.
Right. And it just wasn't good. You can't do a game in a year. You have to like start one or finish one, start one immediately. That's just madness.
The only reason it works for Call of Duty now is because they have 3 developers. Well, they have 2 developers now.
Right.
They had 3 developers.
Arno just fell through the entire world. He jumped into what looked like a fucking he jumped into like a cart of hay, and instead of like landing in the cart, he just went like and broke into like the netherworld.
So ridiculous.
Oh my god, it's so great. That game had that like multiplayer thing that was really neat that unfortunately I never got to experience because I also played the game very, very late.
Yeah.
Oh,
I really liked the multiplayer of the old Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah. Yeah, that was fun.
It's like a really interesting cops and robbers thing.
Yeah.
But the multiplayer of Unity is also really good. I played a shitload of that.
I wish I did.
You can still get games now.
Really?
Yeah, I was doing some a few months ago when I replayed it.
Huh. I'll have to check that out.
People they've super optimized it though.
Oh really?
So they kind of just run through it, but you can still experience it more or less.
Fair
if
enough.
you really were inclined to.
Yeah. Which I gotta go back and beat that one. I can't remember why I didn't want to finish it. I got to the part where you first talked to Napoleon, and I was just like, I can't right now, and I was just like done.
For as much as I praise that game, I do have to admit I have not ever finished it.
Really?
Yep. The story is
shocked.
So uninteresting.
It is really boring.
It's not a good story. I literally, I'm looking at my trophies right now. I have the trophy for every sequence except for literally the final one.
That's pretty hilarious.
And I've done that twice. Where I've just played through 11 sequences and just been like, I just can't finish this. Because I just stopped caring. I just stopped caring about all the characters that I like about the same time every time I play that game.
Man, just everything in this game looked broken.
Oh boy, was it.
I can't even believe they released it. Well, actually I can, but I can't believe it, I don't know.
The only problem that really still persists in it is that Arno is he's a sticky guy.
Yeah, well that's, there's the same in Black Flag. He was really sticky.
It's way worse in Unity though.
Yeah. I've gotten killed so many fucking times in Black Flag because of stickiness. Especially in this part where you gotta save that guy out of jail or save that woman or whatever. I can't remember. You're rescuing somebody out of prison.
Oh yeah, Mary Reed.
Right, and there is a door that with a slight stairs going down that has two little stone thingies on either end. And what the hell's his name? Edward?
Yeah.
Yeah, Edward wants to climb on those really, really bad instead of going down the stairs like a normal man. So you just get stuck on it and you're just like, crouch.
Please, let me climb on the walls.
And it's like, oh, get off the thing. People are going to see you. And he jumps to the other one. He's like, It's like, oh my god, get off.
Edward!
And then you get seen and then murdered. And it's like, oh great. So I got to come at this thing at a perfect fucking 90 degrees. That's exactly what I did.
That game was a way better pirate game than it was an Assassin's Creed game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only reason I forgive Assassin's Creed 4 for being kind of a shit Assassin's Creed game.
Yeah.
Is because what it did do well, it did really, really fucking well.
Yeah, it did. And it set the precedent for the rest of the series to be like, we're good at boats. We're doing boats.
But they were never as good at boats as they were in Assassin's Creed 4.
Odyssey's kind of fun with boats. I've been having a ton of fun with the boats.
I don't see how it's fun because in Assassin's Creed 4 you have a bunch of different tools. You got chain shot, you got multiple kinds of sails and speeds and shit that makes sense with what the boat is and all that nonsense. But in Assassin's Creed Odyssey with the boat, you just have I have arrows and I can ram you.
Yeah.
And that's not as fun.
I don't know, that's how ship combat was back in the day.
Well, yeah, but it's not that fun to play, in my opinion.
Know. Well, actually, they didn't even do it completely correct because most of it back in those days with the trireme, the goal was not to destroy the other ship. It was to ram them at an angle to knock all the oars off, so they couldn't move.
Right.
And that was basically you win, right? I mean, typically they did ram each other like hardcore fucking perpendicular rams. It just wasn't.
What else are you gonna do?
Right. It wasn't the main goal. And then, so we're talking about the first Punic War here. Rome gets their fleet fucking trounced, completely destroyed against Carthage. And then they come up with an invention called the Corvus Bridge, which is like a thingamajig with a spike on the end of it.
It's when you make your boat out of crows.
Yeah, that's it. Jesus. It was a bridge with a spike, and they'd lower it on the other boat, and it would stick in, and then they'd send the Marines across and kill everybody. So I mean, that's that would be more interesting to play, Morty.
Wow, the Marines have been around for a long time.
Sure have.
Hoorah!
I love crayons for breakfast.
All right. Yeah. What?
That's a light rib on the Marine Corps.
I like light ribs.
I was an Army man, so I get to do that.
Put some on the barbecue.
All right, Black Flag. Good. Hooray.
Well, good at what it was.
Oh yeah.
Bad at what it was trying to be.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they took the boats from 3, or they took the ship combat out of 3. It was just like, let's do a whole game of that.
The fucked up part is, after Assassin's Creed 4 came out and everybody was like, oh, this is a really great pirate game, they released like a survey where they were like, okay, well, do you like Assassin's Creed Black Flag? And most people were like, yeah. And it was like, okay, well, do you like pirates? And they're like, yeah. Would you like a pirate IP? Yes. And they're still making that. And that implies that they were going to like separate the pirate IP from Assassin's Creed and like make Assassin's Creed just like a stealth action game again. But then they didn't do that, and they were just like, okay, we'll just put more boats in Assassin's Creed. Well, excuse me, Ubisoft.
People like pirates.
That's not what the survey was.
Right. People like pirate stuff. I think it's cool to a point. It's you like it a lot more than I do.
Yes, I'm a pirate man.
Yeah.
I actually have the map that came with Assassin's Creed 4 hanging on my wall right now.
Wow.
I can look at it. And
there it
see
is.
Cuba. And part of Florida.
Do you want to talk about 3? I know you have a lot to say about it.
I don't have that much to say. I just have a lot of emotions about it.
Well, you have to say these emotions.
I've never been more disappointed in my life than I was with Assassin's Creed 3.
Tell the story of your lead-up hype.
I think I was 16 about, and I was a huge fan of Assassin's Creed. I played every single game, like I said, even Discovery. Like, I was a super fan. I had lore theories and shit. I would post on forums about it.
Damn.
And I pre-ordered Assassin's Creed 3, and I had like the steel book and everything. And when I finally got it, I like ran home from school. And it was like sitting on my coffee table. And I was like, yeah, I'm literally the most excited kid in town. And I started playing it, and the intro with Haytham was great, and I was like, fuck yeah, it's going to be the best video game that's ever been made.
That intro was really good.
Yeah, it was easily the best part
fun.
of the game.
Yeah.
And then, as the game progressed, I'm like, why is Connor so boring? Why does he keep saying Charles Lee? Does he have a speech impediment? What's happening? I'll just keep playing and find out. And then my horse would just so often stand on 90-degree inclines, just defying gravity. And just the combat wasn't clicking with me. And then when I got to the end and Desmond just walks into this big chamber that I spent, 40 hours trying to unlock, touches a glowy thing, and dies, and that's the ending, I actually considered suicide. I considered taking my own fucking life. Because it was like, yeah, this is what I've been waiting years for. This is what I put all my stock into. This fucking mediocre ass engine. That was another reason I was excited about it too, because I was like, oh man, my heritage. It's gonna be really well represented here, and then it just wasn't.
No, no, it wasn't. No, they were not.
And the DLC was even stupider. It's like, oh yeah, you have a fucking spirit wolf call. For what purpose?
I don't know.
Like, I get it was like a piece of Eden, it was like a what-if story, I get it, but it's just so stupid.
Yeah,
I don't need
that's
magic
that's
in
that game in a
Assassin's Creed.
nutshell.
I'm tired of the magic in Assassin's Creed. Like, it used to be, like, believable kind of sci-fi. Like, oh yeah, here's a piece of technology, a piece of ancient technology. It shows people illusions. But now it's literally like, yeah, here's a sword of light.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
Well, that's what you can summarize AC3 as. It's just dumb.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's really fucking dumb. I got it. I was living in the barracks still, and I was pretty excited about it. I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be dope. And my dad had even like seen trailers for it. He's like, what's this game? And he was like really interested in it. He's like, what is this Creed game? What's this game about Apollo Creed?
Apollo Creed. What is this third entry into the Rocky series?
But I was like, Dad, it is this series. It's pretty good. You wouldn't like it. It's a lot of walking around. You don't like walking around games. He's like, oh, I'm not playing that. I was like, yeah, I know. Anyway, I get it, and I was just like, woo, Neo, same kind of thing. And it was just like, as it went on, I was just, whoo, I don't know if I like this very much. This game's kind of bad. And then I did the ending, and I was just like, okay, I guess. And I was like, maybe I'll play it again, and kind of like, maybe I missed something. Maybe that was my thing. It was like, maybe I didn't pick up on something, and that's why it feels weird. And I played it again. And I was like, no, it's just bad. It's just terrible. And I never touched it again. I remember the last day I played it, I was like, I dressed Connor up. I was like, oh yeah, I'm make Connor like a super Indian looking motherfucker, and it was gonna be really cool. And I did that, and I was like, yep, I did that. Off. And that was it. And that was the last time I touched it.
There are 2 missions in that game that make up some of the worst gaming experiences I've ever had in my life.
Really?
One is when you're chasing Thomas Hickey. And I remember this man's name because I chased him for like 20 minutes. I could not catch this man. He ran at the same speed as you. Every time you'd like kind of catch him, he would like run through this crowd and throw coins down so they'd all block you.
I think I remember that.
I fucking chased him for literally 20 minutes. Like, I've never been so angry. I was like almost snapping my fucking DualShock 3 in half. Because like I popped a screw out of that controller because I was like gripping it so tightly.
Oh my god.
I was so mad that I was chasing this man this long and I couldn't catch him. And the other one is the fucking Paul Revere mission.
Oh, where you got to ride? Yeah, that's fucking stupid.
The British are coming. The British are coming. You're just sitting on the back of this man's horse doing nothing while he does this.
Yeah.
And it's just because they wanted to have the set piece of the revolution.
Right.
It's like, nah. If you can't make an interesting mission out of it, I don't want it. That started a trend in Assassin's Creed where you have to meet every important historical character.
Yeah.
And personally know them. Like, yeah, here's Benjamin Franklin.
And he
George
knows him.
Washington.
You guys are best friends.
I don't want that.
No.
If you can't make it interesting and make sense, then just don't do it.
No.
I don't need these cameos from all these people. It's the same thing with fucking Napoleon in Assassin's Creed Unity.
Yeah, he just kind of shows up.
Yeah, it's like he has no reason to be there, really.
Does he do anything after stealing furniture? Because that's when I quit the game.
I can't remember. I don't think so, really. He's basically just a cameo. He doesn't really have any real reason to be there.
Why would he even be in Paris? Why would Napoleon be in Paris? I'm pretty sure he was like... I don't even know where he was, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't there.
Well, yeah, I don't really see a reason either, to be honest. He's like in the military.
Right.
The military's not doing anything there.
No. Let's see what he was doing during the revolution. Just for the fuck of it. Early career of Napoleon.
They just wanted him there so they could be like, oh, here's the future emperor of France.
All right, there he is.
Look at him. He's not that short.
He spent the years of the revolution in Corsica, where he was from. He's not even from France. He's from the island of Corsica.
Yeah.
So he... Let's see. Early years of the revolution, he was in Corsica. It looks like he went to Marseille. I don't see anything about Paris. I don't know. But yeah, he was in the military. Doing military shit, not stealing furniture in Paris.
Such a silly ass game.
Yeah, it is. I don't know. It was good, but it was just like, damn.
We'll have to agree to disagree on the good part.
What, Unity?
Oh, I thought you were talking about Assassin's Creed 3.
No, 3 is terrible. Unity is good but boring.
Unity's good, but everything to do with the story is trash.
Right. 3 is bad because the gameplay is bad and everything to do with the story is bad.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think...
Looking back on it, they had all this advertising like, oh, you can climb the trees in Assassin's Creed 3.
Right.
And it's like, first of all, not really. Second of all, who cares? It's not any different. It just looks different.
Why do I need to climb the trees? It's like, oh, because we don't have enough. It was just because they didn't have enough buildings.
So they had to make all these weird, like, branch puzzles.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a normal forest. It looks like fucking someone made an obstacle course. Looks like American Ninja Warrior.
I don't want that. I don't want that at all.
Yeah, if we could just not have Assassin's Creed outside of a city anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to ride in the desert. I don't want to climb trees. Just fucking put me in a city. Like, well, that's where the series' strengths lie.
Origins had desert and city.
And not a good city.
They had several good cities. I thought Alexandria was pretty cool.
Alexandria was fine. You barely spent any time there.
That's fair. Memphis, they had Memphis. That was pretty sweet.
I don't like Memphis.
No?
Nah.
I thought that was neat.
It was all gloomy and shit.
Was gloomy.
Reminded me of Blight Town. Like,
Crocodiliopolis, or whatever the fuck the place is called. It's Crocodile City in Greek. It's Crocodiliopolis.
Yeah, Crocodilopolis.
Yeah.
The Odyssey cities are fucking pathetic.
Oh, they're stupid.
They're like barely there.
So like when I first played the game, I was like, I'm going to sail to Sparta. I want to see what it looks like in this game, and I was so fucking disappointed. I was like, doesn't make any sense.
It's like a little baby village.
And not only that, it's like it doesn't look like a fucking Greek town. It looks like a place where you store a supervillain.
Yeah. Why does it look like that?
I don't know.
But at the same time, it's so unimpressive.
Right. Athens was way more impressive.
But well, I guess not that impressive.
No. I guess Athens is more impressive at the time. But there's also a really cool aspect of that war that I thought they were going to touch on a little bit more is Athens at the time was completely under siege.
Right.
By land. But they kept supplying themselves by sea because they had this badass navy that was just unstoppable, and Sparta and their allies didn't. So they had this piece of wall and city built from this town all the way to their port, so they could still get shit in back and forth. And it was like, oh, I'm gonna go see that, and it was just like lame. And
did it not exist or what?
It existed, but it was like too big, but also too small at the same time. Like it wasn't far enough. It wasn't long enough, but it was too wide.
Why does that describe that game so well?
Right?
Too big, but too small at the same time.
Also, the Peloponnesian War's boring. It's so boring. If you ever read the Peloponnesian War by what's-his-face? Who the fuck even wrote that fucking book?
I mean, honestly, a lot of like old shit, like really old shit like that, it's just not that interesting. Thucydides
is the guy who wrote it about the war, and it's a fucking slog. And you're right, it's boring. Even like Caesar's commentaries are pretty boring, and that's like about him just like laying waste to Gaul.
I just don't think it's a good idea to go that far back.
Right.
There's nothing going on.
But also, don't go too far forward, because guns in Assassin's Creed are what makes me the most mad.
Nah, you can have guns.
No, it makes me fucking furious.
Why? Like Assassin's Creed 2 guns?
What?
Like Assassin's Creed 2-ish guns? Like, what's wrong with that?
2, it was fine, just because it was just like a little wrist gun. It was meh.
They had real guns in like Brotherhood and Revelations. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Anyway, and they had them in Unity too.
Yeah, I still don't like it. I still don't like guns.
I think it works as long as you don't have like modern like assault weapons.
I think 3 is what killed it for the guns for me, because it was just like, why would I even do any of this? So I can just keep picking up rifles. Just blast everybody. Well, you don't need to be quiet in that game anyway.
Well, that's why you have to design the game around the guns.
Oh yeah.
I don't think it's inherently a bad idea.
I still don't like it. I don't like it. I like old swords and shit better than gun.
I don't know. I think either way works. I like a slightly more contemporary Assassin's Creed. Like it's got to be like post timeline of Assassin's Creed 1, or I just don't care.
I wouldn't mind going back to the Crusades.
Like I need a certain level of technology.
Yeah.
And anything prior to the Crusades is just like not doing it for me.
I don't think they should go any further back. Well, I mean, Rome would be cool.
I guess.
Just because I'm a big fucking Caesarophile. I don't know what you'd call that. Romanophile.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah.
That second one.
Yeah, I'm a fucking big juicy pussy for Rome shit. I like it a lot.
I don't know, man. I need like real boats and like a certain level of gunpowder and
yeah.
And I need people to not be. I need it to not. I need there to be no blanks to fill in.
That's fair.
I need it to be recent enough to where we know everything about that time period.
Yeah.
I don't need any Odyssey bullshit.
Yeah.
Where it's like our understanding of that era is based on like certain texts and like poems.
Yeah. And the Peloponnesian War is fucking boring.
Because anytime you have blanks, the shit that Ubisoft fills it with is always awful.
Oh, it's madness.
So I need them to not have any creative liberty be taken at all.
Yeah.
Because they're always bad at it.
I'm going to go back and talk about Origins for a second. And the
it.
history that they did.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about Origins. We went straight from like Odyssey to Unity.
So in Origins, it's Ptolemaic Egypt, Ptolemy 13, I think, at that point. So he's a little ass kid.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And Cleopatra, the famous one, which is kind of silly, just to say Cleopatra because there was like lots of Cleopatras.
Well, yeah, but everybody knows what you're talking about.
But everybody knows that
like
one.
Like the Cleopatra,
right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Ptolemies and a lot of Cleopatras because they were brother and sister and they'd marry each other.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So, Ptolemy 13 is this little ass kid at that point. And Cleopatra's like a teenager, I think. And Rome is like exerting all its influence on Egypt at that point, which they were already like a vassal state. They gave all this shit to Rome every whatever, like grain shipments like they always do and all that shit.
Right.
But they don't really like touch on that in the beginning like at all. And also like Rome just seems to like appear with Caesar like halfway through the game, like all of a sudden he's just like, oh god, Caesar's here.
Yeah, they didn't set the scene at all.
It was a really bad scene setting. And that's some really fucking interesting history to that's like the most interesting part of Roman history is the Civil War and Ptolemy and Caesar, or not Ptolemy, but Pompey and Caesar and all that shit. So I was really excited to see some of that stuff. And the way that they killed poor Pompey Magnus was saddening. Where he was just like mutilated with like a million spears through him. It was just like, oh god!
What happened to you, buddy? You okay?
And in the story, the history itself, and if you watch HBO Rome, they do this really well. So Caesar comes to Egypt after Pompey had escaped there, and the Ptolemies had Pompey executed.
Yeah.
And brought Caesar his head, like, look what we did for you. And Caesar and Pompey were actually like good pals. Pompey was married to Caesar's daughter.
Yeah.
But she died. Anyway. they were good friends for a good chunk of time. They were just adversaries, and Caesar was fucking pissed, really, really mad, and had the guy that killed him executed, and just was like, "Fuck you, all the motherfuckers," and then supported Cleopatra to rule Egypt as like a puppet ruler. But that's the scene that they could have set. That's so fucking interesting. And it has a lot of like political juckings and jibings that are really neat. And it was just like one scene where they're like, Pompey's dead, and your boy Caesar is just like, I'm mad. Anyway.
Yeah, they used to do that a lot more in like Assassin's Creed 2, for example.
Yeah.
With like the whole Borgia's family thing, and they would tie in the original story with the actual story.
Right.
But they don't really do that anymore, especially now with Odyssey, because they like didn't. It's literally just mythology now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, go fight Medusa. Oh, okay. I'll go fight Medusa. I'll go fight the fucking Minotaur. You goddamn clowns.
Yeah. It's pretty fucking silly. All this potential that they could have had, especially from like ancient history, is fucking cool. And it's like they didn't want to use it for whatever reason. They wanted to like insert all this new shit. It's just dumb. Don't even get me started on Revelations, how they treated the Byzantines. That makes me fucking mad. Fine, I'll get started. It was stupid. Why would the Ottomans be the good guys? The cockroach Turks. It doesn't make any sense to me.
They're so young and supple.
I don't like it. Revelations was bad. I'll finally admit it. It's bad. It's not good.
It was mediocre. I would say.
It's just not good. I was so excited to go to Constantinople, and I was disappointed.
The actual Ezio story was good. At least.
That's true.
Like that part was engaging.
I can't remember any of the plot, like the actual plot at all.
Well, I mostly just remember like Ezio reflecting on his life. He's like, I'm old now.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? And then he had his weird Chinese daughter.
Do you remember how weird all the character models looked in that game?
Do you remember how weird all the character models always looked in Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, but this time it was like extra weird.
With like Desmond's weird fucking bird nose.
Yeah. Oh man, I just found a really scary picture. I'm gonna send it to you in a little bit.
Also, they had Altair, Desmond, and Ezio all had the same like scar, and they always zoomed in on it like it was important.
Right.
And it never ended up being. Like I had all these huge theories when Assassin's Creed 3 came out. Like, oh yeah, like it's gonna be fucking time travel, and they're all the same person. Nah, it wasn't at all. Apparently, originally, before the creator of Assassin's Creed got like kicked out of the fucking company and they raped his franchise right before his eyes. Apparently, the story was gonna be like it was gonna be similar to that.
Really?
Yeah, Desmond was gonna figure out how to like walk through time, and like he, Altair, and Desmond were gonna team up and like save the world from the calamity and shit. It was gonna be a great time. I would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah,
but now all those characters basically don't exist anymore.
Nope.
So, I guess I'll just go fuck myself.
Now you got Layla Hassan.
What's the point of her?
That's some of the worst voice acting I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, it's not really very good. All the modern day voice acting is bad.
Her like friend over the computer or whatever, I can't even remember her name, is so shit. She goes, "Yeah, I believe in you. You can do it.
You can do it, Layla."
Fucking.
Look how I really sound like I believe in this cause.
It's just this Mary Sue-esque bullshit.
And then you got fucking William Miles going to talk to her. Why? You obviously don't care about this character.
No.
So why are you even dragging his corpse out and having him talk to this dumb lady?
Who knows?
What the fuck happened to Sean? What the fuck happened to Rebecca?
No, they're gone now. They died in the Great Fire. And that was it.
What happened to Christian Bale? Christian Bale and Christian Bale.
I forgot she was in the series.
Yeah, it's fucking Lucy Stillman.
That's right. And she died.
Just
she
really
was stabbed.
She wasn't even supposed to die, apparently, either. I don't think. Yeah, I might be remembering wrong, but I'm pretty sure she wasn't supposed to die. But they wanted to move the series along.
That's fair.
So they're basically just like, all right, well, you're dead now, because we don't want.
I figured it was just like, I'm an actor and I have fucking shit to do.
I think that might have been part of it too.
Yeah.
But by that point, Assassin's Creed was supposed to be over.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
I think it was only supposed to be a trilogy.
Really?
Yeah. Now there's like 10 games.
Yeah, there's what? Let's see how many we got here.
Well, main series.
So main series games. I'll go through
like
main
7
series. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is Rogue a main series game?
We'll set that aside for now.
Okay, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah. That's too many.
Yep.
No wonder people were getting burnt out on that series.
Yeah. And what the hell are they doing next? Is fucking alleged Viking shit? Is that what we're talking about?
That. I don't want to be a fucking Viking.
You know what that says to me? More boats.
You ever see a fucking stealthy Viking in your life?
No.
It's not stealthy.
Not one time. Viking don't do stealth. Viking does axe and smash.
And boat.
Right.
More boats. Stealthy on a boat.
You want more boats? I know you want more boats.
You can't be stealthy in a vehicle. That's not how that works.
I thought they were gonna do the Roman thing. That was like the leaks.
Yeah, I figured it would be like the height of Rome.
Right. That kind of made sense.
I would have rather had that.
Yeah.
Especially because it'd be cool because I already did Rome in Brotherhood, but it's like old, like new Rome. It's all broken and shit. I would have loved to have seen fucking old ass ancient Rome.
Yeah, it would have been fun. Now we're not having that.
Apparently. At least that would have been interesting instead of I'm a Viking lady.
In the 700s? Oh, Viking lady, of course. You know it. You fucking know it.
Well, it's probably going to be both.
Right. Because, shield maidens are a real thing because my fucking equality.
I'm an amputee woman on the front lines in Battlefield 5.
Yeah.
That doesn't look really stupid or anything.
No, it's great. It's all great.
Why did they just make it a regular woman?
I don't know.
That would have been way better.
She has to be disabled, gay, black, fucking.
Like I would have been totally fine with just a lady.
Right.
Yeah, whatever. Okay, I'm sure there was like the odd woman that actually fought.
Yeah, there was, especially the Russians.
Yeah, so that's fine. Why she gotta be missing an arm, dude?
I don't.
There's funny like special characters. Like, oh yeah, I'm like the girl that fought on the front lines.
Yeah.
Fine. Like, I don't care about that. Whatever. You're the protagonist. Of course, you're weird and special in some way.
Mm-hmm.
But to also be disabled, it's like, come on, you're just piling it on too much at this point.
Disabled people watch the media and they never see themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't do anything.
Yeah, you're at home.
If you wanted to run across rooftops, maybe you shouldn't have got your legs broke, dummy.
What can we say about 2 in Brotherhood that's not been said by everyone?
2 was like the perfect sequel, and Brotherhood just built upon that and was real good.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all that can be said. Like yeah. Ezio and the way that he was sold to the gaming public is pretty much how to make a likable protagonist 101.
Yeah.
Like let me see through his eyes, let me see through his whole fucking life. Make him really charming.
Yeah, from birth too. You start as a baby.
Yeah, you literally see throughout the Ezio trilogy and like the Embers movie, you literally see him be born and die.
Yeah.
You see his whole fucking life.
That's interesting.
That's how you get somebody attached to a character.
Yeah. Not
I
these
fucking
one-offs.
cried when I saw Assassin's Creed Embers.
I never actually finished it.
It wasn't very good.
Eh.
Still made me fucking cry like a little baby back bitch though, because my boy Ezio.
He did.
He didn't even get to live out his whole fucking life, man. He got assassinated. How ironic.
I feel like there's a song about that somewhere. Written in the early 90s about irony.
Well, it's said that it was written about irony.
I found
There's
a
a
good
line
picture
in
of a
that
dog.
song. There's a line in that song that's really fucking good.
Oh, yeah?
It's like he's waited his whole life to get on that flight. He kissed his kids goodbye, and then as the plane goes down, he says, "Well, isn't this nice?" It's like, I hope when I die, I can be of sound enough mind to be passive aggressive.
Right.
Well, I'm dying. Well, isn't this nice? Like, that guy must be a huge asshole.
It's like, I guess, fuck my kids, I guess.
To be passive
don't
aggressive.
fuck my kids.
So good.
I think that's it. That's the series. We've shit on it pretty heavily.
Started out mediocre, got really good, and now it's just mythological bullshit, and it's become The Witcher.
Yep.
Because you can't just leave well enough alone.
It's too fucking big. It's too boring. And the only good fun thing to do is sail around in a boat and smash into other boats.
It's not even as good a boat as Assassin's Creed 4.
I like triremes.
Yep. Well, you're wrong.
That's fine. All right, I think we'll wrap it up there. That was a good one. All right.
That's a little egotistical to say.
It was, well, it was a shit one. This is terrible. This is garbage. Why'd you even?
Yeah, I don't think it was that good.
Why'd you even listen to the whole thing?
It's a 6 out of 10. The last episode was better.
Was it?
Yes.
Maybe for you.
Maybe for you. I have a suggestion of a game that people should play.
Oh yeah, we should probably do that.
It's one of my favorite games of all time, actually.
Is it?
It's a little indie game from Supergiant Games that you may know from games such as Bastion.
Yep.
It's called Transistor. It's on the PC, I believe, and the PS4. And it's like a semi-turn-based strategy game, but also action at the same time.
Neat.
Like, as you kill bosses and shit, they become like programs that you can use with your sword, and you can like queue up a bunch of moves and then just like activate that sequence all at once. So you can be like, oh, I'm gonna use this attack, and then I'm gonna move and use this attack, and you basically just like set up like a program. Like have you ever, when you were in school, like do the little Lego robotics thing, where they set up a really simple program? It's kind of like that. That's kind of like what the combat is.
That's pretty cool.
And that's paired with like the greatest soundtrack of all time that I actually own on fucking CD-ROM.
Whoa.
I fucking own this soundtrack. It's great. Supergiant makes the best soundtracks. And the story is really interesting. It's kind of vague. It's almost to use like a really like overplayed comparison. It's almost Dark Souls-y.
Really?
Where they don't tell you a lot about it, and you kind of have to read things to like piece it together yourself.
I can tell that.
It also visually looks fantastic. It's like an isometric kind of camera. It's really good.
That sounds awesome. That sounds really cool.
Yeah, you should look up some gameplay if that interests you, and give it a shot, because it is legit one of my favorite games of all time.
I also have a recommendation.
What's that?
Well, it also has something to do with the show we just did.
Ooh.
It's called. It's a sequel to it's like the second game in the series, but you can play it by itself. It's Death to Spies, Moment of Truth, and it is literally a fucking stealth game set in World War II. Yes, World War II. You're like a Russian.
God.
You're a Russian spy. And you're like sneaking into Nazi shit, killing people, stealing shit. I don't know. It's just like a stealth action game from the 2009.
How's it play?
Kind of like Hitman.
That sounds interesting. Is there like disguise mechanics and stuff too, or?
Yep. I guess it's more like a Hitman clone, but it's a really fun game.
I really like stealth games with disguise mechanics.
Yeah.
Because that just makes sense to have.
Right. Yeah, I guess that's what I would compare it to most is Hitman.
Yeah, that sounds good. What's it on? Like PC or what?
I believe it's only on PC. I'll have to double check for you right quick. Hold on. Let's take a little song break. No, I'm not going to do that again.
When did this game come out?
2009.
2009. How did I never hear of this?
It wasn't that huge.
It's called Death to Spies?
Death to Spies, yeah. Death to Spies, Moment of Truth. It's the second one in the series. I don't know if there was a third one. I don't think so. It was announced called Something's Gun for PS4. What the hell is this? Previously known as this title of game, previously known as Death to Spies 3 Ghost of Moscow, but it's that came out in 2016. Why did I never even hear this? I'll have to check that out. That's for PS4, but Death to Spies Moment of Truth 2009 only came out on the PC. But it is like a Hitman clone that's pretty fucking fun. It's brutal too. Like it took me like a month to get past the first mission.
Why does this game look like it came out in 2005?
Well, yeah, that too.
I was expecting it. I wasn't expecting it to have like cutting edge graphics, but
no.
This looks okay though. Yeah, it looks like a competent Hitman-ish, almost like a what's that sniper game? Sniper Elite.
Yeah, Sniper Elite. I love
it. It almost kind of looks like that a little bit too.
Yeah, kind of. It's got the same. I mean, all those games have like the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sneak around, kill the guy, steal the thing.
This mini map where it shows you all the cones of vision is like it's giving me fucking epilepsy, dude.
Yeah.
This looks pretty cool. It's very. I mean, you can tell it was made in 2009.
Yeah, it's old, and that's my recommendation for this week. There's a sequel that came out in 2016, apparently, that I've never played. Apparently, it's buggy as all hell.
Yep, probably never will play it.
No.
Speaking of dead franchises that have been raped, Death to Spies.
Yeah, that's that. It's kind of a shame that things that are cool come out buggy, and it's just like, why did you put this out? What's the matter with you?
Yep. Well,
oh, he's falling through the world. It looks like our hero. Oh my god. The main character stepped out of an elevator and he was halfway through the floor and he went, uh-oh, and just kept sinking and just fell through the world into an endless void.
Goodbye.
Yeah, this game looks like shit.
Well,
this game looks like shit.
I hope everybody liked listening to this downer of an episode.
It was a real downer. But that's what I knew it was going to be. Next week, what are we talking about? What did we decide we're talking about? Oh, we're talking about Dark Souls next week.
Yeah, we're going to do a similar thing with Dark Souls. It'll be less of a downer because there's only one bad Dark Souls game.
Yeah, and it's a bad Dark Souls game, so it means it's like a better than a lot of other things.
And I'm sure if anybody ever listens to this, they're going to really get on our case for not liking Dark Souls 2. But oh well, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, eat a penis.
We hate you.
Yeah.
Don't listen to the show. You're barred. You're banned.
Yeah, you're banned. Go home. Turn the show off, you California liberal. I don't want to hear about your microaggressions.
What's that line from L.A. Noire where he said something similar to that?
Oh, I can't remember.
You left-leaning parasite. You expect me to sit here and listen to your drivel about Dark Souls 2?
Yeah.
Get out of here.
My last piece of news before we actually sign off is Imperator has the next patch. The Cicero patch is in beta, so you can play it. It's just kind of wonky.
Cicero patch, huh?
Yep, Cicero.
Is he gonna bring the Night Mother and destroy my family?
Yeah, he's a clown man.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, see you.